As a creative and a fan of fashion, I'm big on matching my outfits to the person that I'm molding myself to be creatively. So whether I'm posting a short film or just switching a different era of my life, I like to match my outfits with it. And by doing that, I allow the people that I'm promoting my creativity to, or my content or whatever it may be to welcome themselves into the world that I'm trying to build. As a creative, I admire when other creatives, whether it be a musician, cinematographer, or artist, make it a point to have their clothes be a reflection of their creative agenda that they are pushing. My favorite examples of creatives who match their fashion to their art are people like Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi Vert, Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson, DC the Don, Tyler the Creator, ASAP Rocky, Kanye West, and Kendrick Lamar. What's up, y'all? My name is Jaden Hansy. I go by Hansy or Hands, and you're watching the world's flyest YouTuber of all time. And today in the video, as you saw in the intro, and as you see by the title, we're gonna be talking about the importance and how to match your fashion and your style and your personal style to your personal identity, whether it be as a creative or just as a regular person. Now, that may sound like a lot of information coming at you at one time, but basically let me explain what I mean. So kind of where I took inspiration for this video was, I was watching an interview of one of my favorite artists. A lot of people don't like him, but I love him. One of my favorite artists, DC the Don, and he was speaking about his new album that he put out. And he was speaking about how he loves and he admires when an artist lives in the world that they're creating. Now, basically what that means is you look at an artist such as like Playboi Carti, right? You flash back to 2020, right? You remember 2020 when if you're any Playboi Carti fans, you remember when he dyed his hair red. You remember when it was kind of like he changed his aesthetic and his style to match the album that he dropped. So the album he dropped was Whole Lotta Red, right? Super punk, gothic, emo kind of rap album, right? And in that, he switched his style to more so, and a lot of people, he caught a lot of flack for it because a lot of people thought he was dressing gay or whatever it may be, but he would wear all black Rick Owens fits. He would wear, it looked super gothic, super edgy, and at that point in time, that was the era of his life and the era of his creativity that he was in. And by seeing that kind of era, you were, as a fan and as a artist, or as just a person who's creative, you were kind of brought into the world that he was trying to pull you in, and it makes the music hit harder because he's actually living the style. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Now, I know this is a kind of a complex little topic, but I hope y'all get what I'm saying, that I really admire when an artist will take their time to switch their swag to what they're trying to promote. And like, I know a lot of people may not think of it like this, but like, that's one thing I try to do with my style. Like, whether the different era I'm in my life, I try and have my outfits become a uniform to that era of my life that I'm in. Like, just for example, one of the people who do this to a T is Kanye West, and Cardi too, but really Kanye West. Like, he don't really drop as music as much no more, but back in the days when Kanye was dropping like some of his iconic albums such as Yeezus, Graduation, whatever it may be, like, he would make his shows, the outfits, they would be a certain style of outfit that matches the theme of the album. And I feel like that's so creative, and I don't see why people don't do that more, especially my creatives out there, especially my people who are trying to do music or trying to do YouTube or trying to make short films or whatever it may be. I feel like that's an easy thing to make your whatever you're trying to promote more creative and make more people interested in what you have going on. Like, for example, myself, I just dropped, and y'all please go watch this. I spent a lot of time, and I spent a year coming up with this idea and making this film. I just dropped a short film on my channel. It's called Two-Face. It's taken inspiration from the villain in the Dark Knight movie. If there's any Batman fans watching this, his name was Two-Face, right? And in the movie, he's not really known for his style, but you can see him in the movie like wearing a lot of suit and ties. And in the film, I kind of took my own spin on that and kind of was just wanted to be seen in a suit and tie. And I even had face paint on in the film. Like, I had makeup on in the film to kind of promote a certain agenda. And that style that I switched into kind of was aligned with the theme of the film that I was making. So I just say that to say that if there's any creatives out there that's watching this video, when next time you're making your next creative project, make sure you change your style to match that creative project wherever you're getting inspiration from, because it makes your project 20 times better, I promise you. So I don't want this video to be too long, but there's two subcategories that I wanted to talk about. For one, I wanted to talk about the importance of your personal style. So if you don't really care about your personal style, don't mind what I'm saying. clothes are clothes. It doesn't matter. We wear clothes to keep us warm and so we're not naked. But if you're someone like me that loves fashion and treats it like it's an art that it is and takes it serious, I feel like the importance of your personal style is everything. Your personal style is in the name. It separates you from other people. It's your personal, your unique style. And the reason why I think that's important is because, bro, so many people try to dress like each other, and it kind of has you, a lot of people have sheep mentality, mob mentality, and just want to do what's trending. But I feel like having your own personal style allows you to stand out more as an individual. And that's why I feel like we're on this earth to do is stand out as individuals. And one of the easiest ways to do that is through your clothes, because before you even open your mouth, the first thing someone notices on you is your body parts and your face and things like that. But it's also your clothes, because that's what's dressing up your 2K player, what's dressing up your avatar is your clothes. So I think it's important to find your personal style and always relate your personal style back to who you are as a person. So your interests, what you like, what you've been through, things like that is, and your body type, whatever it may be, is that's the reason why your personal style is important and why it's important to pay attention to it and always try and change it as you evolve as a person. Secondly, I want to talk about how do you find your personal style, and basically how you find your personal style is by just living. Like, I'm a fan of so many different things. I'm a fan of everything that I love, and I always study like, okay, what does this character wear that I like? What do I like about this? Or what does this wear? You know what I'm saying? I just am a fan of music, movies, sports, whatever it may be, and I try and implement my fandom into my personal style, because basically what your life is just a bunch of inspiration, and where do you get that inspiration from? Your childhood, the things that you're interested in, whatever it may be. So I would say it's important to like find that inspiration, and you have to dig deep, and you just have to reflect and be like, what do I like and why do I like it, and then implement it, make it your own. And then eventually when you do that for long enough, you get your own ideas and you get those fresh ideas, and it makes your creative like world even better. And next I want to talk about like the main topic of this video is how do you create your personal identity into the creative world that you're living in. And like this goes for my creators or people who care about their personal style. But basically the way you do that is by, for one, having that creative idea. Like I said about my short film, I had that idea and I know I wanted it to look a certain way and give off a certain message. Once you have that certain idea in your head, you lock in on that and say, what does this, I think of it like creating a character. Like, even though I made a short film, so technically it was a character, I try and think like, I try and look at myself as a character in a movie, and like, what would this character be wearing in this movie, right? That's how I look at my life. And that's why when I go through different eras of my style, that's what I look at, and I'm like, okay, how do I dress up this character? What is this character going through, and how can I make the audience know what this character goes through? And you're the audience. The people that I meet on a daily basis are the audience, right? So I say that to the reason how I find those answers is by my inspirations, by the message that I'm trying to put off, by the things I'm interested in, by what I'm going through. And that's how I find my personal style, and it matches my creative world, if that makes sense. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. Like, in a few months, I'm gonna be dropping creating a short film called American Badass, which is taking inspiration from one of my favorite things of all time, which is WWE, and a wrestler named The Undertaker. I'm sure y'all probably have heard of him before. And the American Badass is kind of like a character that's like heavily biker in theme, bandanas, black leather, Harley Davidson type stuff. And I'm gonna change that, and eventually I'm gonna change that to my style into that, because I'm making a character based off of that character that The Undertaker has. So I'm not ripping off completely, but I'm taking inspiration from that character and making it my own, and having my outfits and my personal style match that type of character, you know what I mean? So I don't want to make this video too long. I just kind of want to break down why it's important to have your personal style and how you do that, and why I appreciate when artists do that. And I hope all of this makes sense, and I hope y'all can learn something and gain something from this down below and kind of apply it to your own life. So I just want to say I love y'all, man. Lil Hands, the world's flyest YouTuber of all time. If you like videos like this, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, I'm going to see you on the next video. No cap, I'm going to see y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching.